Hi, welcome back to Crafty Not Shifty. Thanks for joining me. Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different with felt. So felt has seen a real surge in popularity recently, particularly because of the stitching dies that have become really popular. But today I am going to make one of those repositionable felt scenes. So you might remember these. I know I had some of these when I was a kid, and it's essentially a felt background with all these different felt pieces that you can stick on top, and you can then move them and put them in different places, and they're really fun to play with. So I thought I'd make a card front out of felt and create a background. So I've just die cut a couple of grassy hills using a lawn fawn grassy borders die, and I'm now just working through die cutting all of the coordinating dies that go with the my favourite things, the whole herd stamp set. So I'm working through cutting each of those from a piece of felt, and I'm actually then going to stamp on top of the felt the outline images. So I'm also trying to cut out some clouds for the background. Now I found that my cloud punch didn't really want to cooperate with the felt directly, so I just cut a cloud out of some cardstock, and I then used that as a template to cut out a couple of cards. You could of course freehand this, but I thought I'd find it a little bit easier if I had that template, so I could cut out a couple of fluffy clouds, and they'll just help to finish off the background of the scene. So when it came to stamping on the felt, I had a play with some of the different inks that I had, and I found that archival inks seemed to work the best for me. You might have a different experience, but I found that with the black inks that I have, the Ranger archival ink stamped really well on the felt. It is going to be a little bit lighter than if you stamp on cardstock, but you can clearly see those images, and I didn't go ahead and add any colour to my felt after I'd stamped them, but I'm sure you could. You could add a bit of colouring, but I wanted to keep this really simple and really plain, sort of reminiscent of the repositionable felt sets that I had when I was a kid. So I'm adding the sentiment here to one of the grassy borders. As I said, the entire card front will be felt, so I needed to make sure that I put that sentiment on a piece of the felt, or I could have stamped it on the inside if I wanted to leave that as sort of a repositionable scene that somebody could play with in the future. So I'm going ahead and adding double-sided adhesive to the entire card front, and this is so I can attach the felt to the front panel. So this is a square card. I think this measures 5 by 5, or it might actually, sorry, that's 5 by 6, and I've just put a piece of felt over the top, and I'm just trimming off the edges there. So I did find that some of my felt didn't want to stick to some of my other felt, so I was looking at the different types of felt I had and which ones were sort of more synthetic and which ones had more wool. I did find that the more woolen felts would stick a lot better, but I also found that there's a way that you can make your more synthetic felt stick to your other pieces of synthetic felt, and it's really simple. All you need to do is take a nail file, like an embry board, and just rub that along the back of the felt panel, and this will just fluff up the fibres and give them something to stick to. If you think of sort of how Velcro sticks together, you have like a really fluffy piece, and then you have those like hooks. If you just use the nail file like I'm doing here to fluff up all those fibres, it sort of gives them something to grab onto, and it just makes sure that that seam won't move about once you stick everything down in place. So I think given that felt has had a real comeback recently, everybody's probably got some sort of felt hidden away in their stash. Maybe they've used up all of their plush dies and you're kind of thinking of different ways that you could use this felt. I think making little scenes like this, either on the front of a card, or you could make inside a photo frame, like take the glass out of the photo frame and make a scene inside a frame, and I think that would be a really cool gift to give. You could maybe make a whole load of different shapes to give with that gift that you could put into a pocket at the back of the frame, and I think that would make a really nice gift for somebody. They can take all the different shapes out of the pocket at the back and make these different scenes. So I'm just working through and fluffing up all of those fibres on the back of each of these little animals. How cute are the little chickies? I think they're my favourite. And you can see now that the felt is really clinging together and none of that was falling off. So thank you for joining me today. I hope to see you again soon. If you've enjoyed this video, please do hit that subscribe button. And I'll be back again soon with my Halloween card series. Bye for now.